Alright, Lanta, so today we are finally trying out BANKAI SENJUMARU in the Merely Nightmare Captain Guild Quest. I'm actually a few days late to this. By the time I upload it, the guild quest will be over, but I've actually not tried out BANKAI SENJUMARU as a lead just yet, so that's what we are going to be doing in today's video. Real quick though, it does seem like the best team that you can make for this guild quest phase is still surprisingly using Yachiru as a lead, Senjumaru now as a great side addition to Unohana, and then obviously Tenjiro for the team boost and also Sori per damage buff. For the general build, real quick, my Unohana is max transcended. We use these accessories, these links. Unohana's 2-5 with these accessories, these links. And then Tenjiro really just here for the Mugetsu buff and also again his team support. Just quickly showcasing the run and why this team does work well, because this won't be the focus of today's video. But obviously to no one's surprise, Unohana is still a great character for the Melee Captain Guild Quest. But since Unohana does have a trap effect SA3, since she also does have the extra recharge with still some great strong attacks, it actually is better for you to use her as a lead, because likely you are going to inflict the weakening once you do use a strong attack, and then because Senjumaru does have status element plus, she can still inflict status elements on top of your weakening that Unohana is inflicting, and that's why Unohana works better as a lead, because that way both of your characters can still get a spiritual pressure boost. If you do it the other way around, likely Unohana won't be inflicting nearly as much. Now, to get the best possible score, because I believe we didn't even get the highest score possible, you do need to kind of get lucky with RNG, whether Senjumaru uses the correct strong attack or not, or whether she uses a strong attack at the right time. If you do, you get relatively lucky, you're able to go through it relatively fast. For the most part, Unohana has the first 3 waves down to a T. It's only the 4th wave where it gets a bit iffy, and for my particular run, the 5th wave definitely could have been optimized a lot better. Due to the boss having employees, he worked out the pause super quick, so we had to use an extra strong attack, so this easily could have been like a 51-52 second run. I've seen people get upwards to 54 seconds with this team, but for this example run, it was around 50 seconds remaining. With that said though, let's try out this particular team. We're using Tenjiro, Senjumaru, and also Toshiro. Now in this case, unironically, this character might be better, but I'm just going to stick to using Tenjiro. If you don't have Tenjiro, you can instead use Mashiro, because she also does provide a team buff, in this case to power attribute Soripers, where they are doing 40% more damage. I'm choosing to use Tenjiro instead, just for the team boost, which to be fair, Toshiro also does supply, so that's kind of not needed. But if your run is lasting longer than 40 seconds remaining, which is around the time the team boost does wear off, you might want to instead use Tenjiro and give him recharge links. Either way though, Tenjiro or Mashiro work as your team supporter, or at the same time, if you have the new Gin, you can use Gin here instead, because he'll be doing a lot of normal attack damage, while also buffing against Senjumaru and also Toshiro. Toshiro though is going to be our main normal attack damage character, so with that in mind, we are going full attack, and also giving him as much normal attack damage as possible, with an extra full stamina damage link, assuming he can stay at full stamina, which he should be able to do, because he actually does have the plus 20, plus 15 start barrier, which I believe is still one of the only few characters in the game to have this, but I guess it's nice. We're going with attack and also, again, full stamina, level 10 attack, level 10 focus. He, again, here is providing the team boost. And then once more, we are using Senjumaru. I'm going with these 3 accessories, these 3 links. We actually can make a really good set of links right now, by the way. Level 10 SP, level 10 focus with full stamina and also SP. Let's check it out. So I'm actually not sure how this team does perform. Again, I've not actually tried out Senjumaru as a lead just yet, but from the looks of it, the strong attacks do work well together, so we can use the SA1 into the SA2. Unfortunately, you know, first attempt, not like the best lineup by any means, but for the most part, every attack here is going to be inflicting status elements non-stop, and then if we can get Toshiro to do some normal attack damage, that's going to be great. Go in here, we can actually use our EX, like then Soul Bomb into the 1, which to be fair, we don't even need any recharge on our team boosters. Because remember, Senjumaru's EX attack does actually debuff and boost. So you actually have a boost for like 35 seconds overall. But for our first attempt, super easy, by the way. That was only like a great run. And we got like 45 seconds remaining. And then again, the extra stage here is going to be super trivial here, because we can just apply all these status elements on the boss. We applied Lacerate, we applied Freeze, now we applied Paralysis, Mazo applied Burn 2, and then Toshiro is also doing a lot of damage. So that first run that we showed that can get like 54 seconds potentially remaining, that requires a lot of resets. Like if your main goal in Guild Quest is just to go in and go out first attempts, to be fair, that team also could do it, but this one is just more consistent. Like, it's super trivial with a team like this. So I believe in that run. Bad attempt, first attempt though, like 45 seconds remaining. I think what I want to do though is start the run using my SA3 instead. So let's go up, use our SA3. then use our 1, 2 strong attacks to take down the first boss. SA2 does do quite a bit of damage. In this case, let's EX, then Soul Bomb. So, unfortunately, one problem that Senjumaru does have, a problem that a lot of characters do have, to be fair, is the Soul Bomb not applying a... It does apply a status on him, but it is only Drain. So what we are seeing nowadays is status summons that, you know, can inflict paralysis or freeze are much better when it comes to soul bombing, unless your soul bomb can actually just one-shot all the mobs. Otherwise, it's going to push them back. And you don't ideally want to do that. Sometimes using soul bombs on characters is a bit awkward to use. And that's why having freeze or paralysis is actually really good. Because whether you kill the enemies or not, you are going to lock them in place. And that will allow you to not spread the enemies apart and you can finish them up with a strong attack or two. In that case though, for our second round, 46 seconds remaining. So it seems fairly consistent. I want to see though if a team like this can actually get 50 seconds. I feel like it possibly can. But let's go into our next round and see if we can potentially get close to 50 seconds. So I feel like here, SA3 is the probably best play to go. Now, I believe in the SA3, we actually didn't inflict the status on it there, so that was probably what made us not clear that room as fast. Let's go here, EX. Okay, lovely. I guess I'll just save my Soul Bomb for the 4th boss, or 5th boss. That was 47, a tad bit faster, or was it not? I actually don't know. We're not going to do the extra stage there, but that didn't feel too bad. Again, characters like this, it's not even, again, her. It's like every other character, unless you have them maybe super duped out, or if they have like a super powerful Soul Bomb, is like, when do you use the Soul Bomb, you know? Because otherwise you're just knocking them back. And in the case of Senjumaru, she really could have had freeze or anything on that Soul Bomb. They went with Drain, which I think maybe works in their favor, because having that way to heal yourself back up to full stamina is great. But I definitely would have preferred freeze or anything else as a status summon, you know? Alright, that wasn't that good. Let's restart this one. I mean, that's close enough. That's close enough. We'll keep that. So you go. 50 seconds definitely is possible with Senjumaru, and I definitely found it better, as expected, to be fair. If you are using Toshiro and also Senjumaru, just to go with the Mashiro pick, because you are getting that extra 10% damage, you definitely don't need his team boost. Toshiro provides that, so does Senjumaru in the EX attack. But the team's is good enough. Honestly, if you're trying to use Senju as a main, that definitely is a possibility. As expected, she can actually get some pretty good scores. If you want to get the highest score possible, though, like we saw at the start of the video, you do want to use Unohana as a main and then Senjumaru as a side. It does require a lot more resets, to be honest, but those two do combo well into each other, especially, and it's almost needed to be fair, if you do have the Tendril support, because otherwise you can't boost both of those characters. I mean, technically you could actually. If you had Gin, you could do Gin. No, but then you need the team booster. So yeah, I would say Tendril is needed the most if you are trying to do that Unohana Senjumaru team. But a team like this also again could just use Gin at the same time, right? I mean, we are getting 10% less damage, but then Gin also could do damage himself. Then again, we were for the most part just two-shotting, but whether you get that 50 or 51 second with this team really comes down to if your normal attack damage character decides to use their normal attack. And if you have Gin in your team, you have extra chances just to get through a phase in maybe one strong attack. And obviously, if you have Senjumaru Max Transcendence, you're also going to clear like super fast regardless. So yeah, overall, pretty cool that you actually can use Senjumaru as a main or a side. Both work surprisingly well. If you have Unohana, she's still doing Unohana things. But I overall am liking how Senjumaru is performing in Guild Quest. So there you go. Video's a tad bit overdue. Again, Guild Quest, at this point, by the time I upload it, is going to go into phase 2. So a tad bit late. My apologies. But in the comments below, if you did try out Senjumaru yourself, how did you feel about her? What scores did you get? I'm curious to know. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.